What it do, guys? It's your boy, the Juice, and my name is Troy Bradshaw. As we all know, I go by the Juice. Had to get back on here tonight because I let you guys know earlier out at Nancy's that I was going to get back on here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the dispatch calls that Juanita Adame had posted just a little bit ago, and there was a couple things that I had pointed out that I wanted to address surrounding the blood, just particularly with the blood. And I wanted to revisit a couple moments in the ring camera footage as well. So those would be the two things that I'm kind of focusing on tonight, and mainly just kind of taking calls. I want to hear everybody's thoughts based on what they think pertaining to what we're talking about tonight here. The biggest question tonight for me would probably be, does the FBI have a suspect? Do they have a suspect who may have took Nancy? You know, do you think they have anything at all? So that'll be probably one of the questions that I ask you tonight if you do decide to reach out. I know a couple people called. I might have missed a couple calls. Sorry, I wasn't live yet. I was trying to get going here. It's currently 12:39 in the morning right now. It's officially reached 118 days since Nancy's gone missing. The interview room, I think they've been talking about this dispatch, these dispatches that went out on February 1st, a couple times actually now. So I wanted to play a quick clip of that. I think it would be interesting if you guys see this. And they were talking about the moment when they were talking about the blood. I think there was a bit confusion there, but I thought it was a good point that they brought up, because if this is actually the night, and this is actually the dispatch, one of the dispatch calls that went out the night that Nancy went missing. It's one thing I didn't notice, is they were specifically talking about the blood being outside. They never mentioned anything about blood being inside. And I think Chris from the interview room kind of clarified some of that somewhat. So I wanted to chime in on that, and I think you guys got to hear it if you haven't heard it yet. And I don't think it was on the interview room. That's the crazy part about it. I think it was the guy from the I think his channel name is The Lab. So I don't know if he streamed it while they were on the interview room. I'm not too sure. Um, Crazy day today, guys. By the way, shouts to those of you guys who stopped by and tuned in with me there at Nancy's. It was crazy. Chat was crazy. Crazy day. So many people stopping by. We had a weird neighbor, and I'll post this later, but I'll share this with you before we dive into the interview room thing. But we had a really odd neighbor. You guys got to see this, because I don't think you guys really saw this. But he's cool guy. Always says hi. He hasn't said hi lately. I've noticed it's probably been like a week since he's actually said hello. So I was surprised. Hey, Short, thanks so much for the Short and Sassy. Thanks so much for the gifted jewel there. Much love. But this guy always says hi. He always says hello. And I found it weird today that he just suddenly walked by playing loud music with his headphones on. How do you play music from your out of your phone with the headphones on? So you got to probably really listen in, because you can't really hear the music. But if you really listen, you'll hear the music. And you'll notice as he kind of comes up to me, he's walking toward me, and it's like he's trying to like make me mad or something. Which nothing's gonna make me mad at all. I mean, I'm there for Nancy at the end of the day. I mean, that's my goal. That's my focus. Whatever these neighbors decide to do is what they do. It's not in my hands. Whatever behavior they decide to. The behavior in the neighborhood has been really odd, and I know people have been concerned about my safety. So I wanted to play this real quick, but I'll clip it later, just so you guys can see what this guy did today. And he's a cool neighbor. I like him, still like him, but it was just really weird. On here at Nancy's, I thought initially that was something that they missed when it was a crime scene the first time, but I could be wrong. But I thought that's what it was. In the dispatch call, she
you know, it says that. It says that they're, you know, it says that they're you know, they're making sure nothing really gets.
So notice right here, he's already looking at me. You know, he's already got his eye on me and everything, and you can tell he's like up to something. You know, you kind of see it. You know, maybe you don't see it, but I see it. I see it right in his eye, and I was just, I don't know. I thought nothing of it at first, and then I realized this guy's like trying to mess with me. He's literally trying to mess with me. Check it out.
It's contaminated, and they bring up the blood incident. So I'm not.
And you'll notice right here, he kind of holds the phone out. He's like holding the phone out, trying to get it into the streams. I'm assuming he's aware of how YouTube works because he's trying to get me copyright. And right here, he's literally looking at me. He's literally looking right at me, almost like at the corner of his eyes. So funny. Cool guy, like the guy. I just didn't understand why he did that for whatever reason. I guess I'm assuming he tried to make me upset. Kind of tough to see. I guess I would have to. It's kind of cut off. Let's see if I can switch the screen so you guys can see his face here. Hold on, chat. No, it's cut off. But anyway, it doesn't even matter. It was just funny to me.
I don't know.
You notice, you hear the music. You kind of hear the music playing. Man's got his headphones on. He's got his headphones on.
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. And they bring up the blood.
This guy's cool, man. I like the guy too. I don't understand what the issue was. Maybe he's just getting tired of me being there. Robbie, thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. What's up,
sure
Robbie?
Nothing really gets contaminated.
How's Robbie?
The blood incident. So I'm not. I don't know.
Too funny, man. We'll clip that later though. I thought that was really funny. I just really have no idea what he was doing. But anyways, I wanted to share this video with you guys with like I said, the lady named Juanita, she was the one who put it together. I think she said it took her a month or two to put this all together. The interview room brought this up once again. I think everybody's pretty much been covering this, and it's been interesting. It's been quite interesting to hear everybody put this together, and I think everybody's on the same page with this. I think a lot of these guys think this is really the night that Nancy went missing. It does say that it's Tucson, pretty much Tucson police. And we all know Tucson police doesn't work that area, but other police, I think that night that Nancy went missing had assisted. I think they helped. I don't think it was just all sheriff, but I could be wrong. From what I heard also, there were Border Patrol out there too. I don't know if that's true though, because I wasn't there February 1st. So I couldn't tell you guys whether or not who assisted. Tessie, thanks so much for the gifted jewels there. What's up? Was that gifted jewels? That's what that was? Let me say hello to those of you guys in the chat as well, by the way. He was recording? I mean, he looked like he had the speaker like toward me when he was walking by. I think he was trying to get me copyright. We the juice, for the juice. Good to see you, by the way. His wrist twisted, pointing the camera at you. Just look at his hand. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you noticed that, because that's the one thing that I noticed, and I was like, what is this guy doing? I mean, it didn't bother me though. I just figured I'd show you guys because the behavior in the neighborhood's been really interesting. Also, the bobcat on the top. I think Juanita had a good point. Shouts to Juanita. I think the bobcat was used to bring those cactus down and the rocks. That made the most perfect sense. I mean, and you could see the scrapes in the ground, like if he accidentally scraped the ground coming down and damaged the road, which to me, I would say he did. I don't remember those scrapes being there the last time, but I could be wrong. But that was interesting. That was very interesting. We'll keep looking into that. It was getting dark, so I couldn't really look around for the tire marks like I wanted to. I knew I was kind of running out of time, so but I tried though. Maybe tomorrow, if we make it out there tomorrow. Tasha, big welcomes, by the way. Good to see you in the chat. Paula, good to see you, Paula, there. Humphrey, good to see you, man. Strawberry back in the building. What's up, Strawberry Juice? Are you aware that there are 12 live webcams in Tucson highways or roads on all sides of the city? I know that there's the D-Flock cameras. I don't know about any webcams. I know most of the intersection cameras don't record. I just know because I've been in a couple incidents and I've asked them, you know, or I've seen a couple incidents too, and I've asked them if they could pull the footage. Most of them tell you that they cannot pull any footage for most of the intersection. As far as the webcams, now I'm not too sure where those placed. Unless you're talking, there's a lot of D-Flock cameras, so I know they're not 12. So I know you're not talking about the D-Flock cameras, but those are the plate readers. Nurse, good to see you. Nurse, by the way, Sweet Opinions, welcome back. Good to see you in the chat. Is it Baudica? Baudica? I don't know if I said that right. I'm bad with these names. Dominica, welcome back, Dominica. Domcia. Domcy in the building. Good welcome. Good welcomes, guys. All right, we got to play this real quick. We got to play this. I'll put the phone number up here in just a second, but we got to play this clip because it makes sense. It just makes sense, and it's a good clip from the guys in the interview room when they were talking about the blood. And we were talking about this earlier, so it's quite funny to me that they brought this up too. And it's been a lot of big talk lately in regards to this dispatch stuff. And I think it all lines up, guys. It all lines up to that same night when Nancy went missing. I think this is pertaining to Nancy for sure, no doubt in my mind.
Mark?
Try not to disturb any of the items in the house. We're getting a hold of a scent tracking dog, so try to stay away from the blood outside and anything inside the house that could hold a scent.
Kind of shoots the theory down that Brian Enton or some news person discovered the blood. That's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, that's one we've been battling, and particularly you.
Hey, much love, Christian. Appreciate you calling in too.
Because
I agree.
that was the narrative when it first came out, was that Brian Enton was the one that discovered the blood, and obviously, right there, that's just not the case. Brian Enton was the first journalist out there,
right? Or yeah,
to discover it to report on it. But Chris, and then John.
Josh, forgive me. Does that allow us to make some kind of assumption that there isn't blood somewhere else, like in the house?
I think, well, he separates it in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He said, try not to disturb, or Josh, play it back again.
Because that would be a big deal if that were true.
Try not to disturb any of the items in the house. We're getting a hold of a scent tracking dog. So
yeah, but Strawberry, just to comment, just to reply to his comment there, you got to remember, I mean, looking at the picture, or not the picture, the surveillance video, if you look at that, I mean, not even the video. That's not even the guy in the video. Today's 118 days since Nancy's gone missing. This guy was smart. I said this from day one, though. I already knew this was going to be a long, long ride. And if he's this smart, I mean, I think he'd be smart enough to not go through any intersections to be caught on camera. That's just me, though. And like I've told you guys before, I'm a local here. I've been here all my life. I'm telling you right now, you could get from one end of the side of town to another without going through any intersections at all. I got to do a route. I want to do a video on a route that I think goes from Nancy's to Annie and Tommaso's. Really the video is just going to focus on how easy it is to get from one end of a neighborhood to another. I don't want to say it's Annie and Tommaso, but I'm just saying you can get from Nancy's house to Annie and Tommaso's house going through the neighborhood within 10 minutes. It's probably a quicker route than going through any other lights. We only made about maybe 3 or 4 stops going from her house to Nancy's house to Annie and Tommaso's. So I don't know. I think this guy I think he was smart enough, guys. I truly do. That's just me, though. I mean, if I'm casing a place before I take somebody or kill somebody, whatever, I'm not going through any intersections. None. From what I've seen so far, this person knew how important it was to not get that car on camera. No doubt in my mind. I mean, this person knew not to get this any vehicles on camera, and if anybody else took part in this, they made sure that they weren't seen either. But as far as webcams goes, I think their best option is the neighborhood. That's it. If they're going to capture a vehicle or anything like that, the neighborhood is going to be the best option. In this city, intersection cameras do not record. I've seen the worst stuff happen in this neighborhood, or in neighborhoods, in intersections, and they will tell you they do not record. And I knew that was going to happen in this situation as well. And lo and behold, days have gone by and they don't have any footage. They don't have any vehicle. From what we know, they don't have any footage of a vehicle at all. I think they do. I just think that they're not sharing that, with us. But I mean, that's just me. That's just me. We'll find out though in due time. But I'm telling you right now, those intersections do not record. Now I'll show you real quick before we move forward with this video. We do have this, and I'll show you what they look like. I tried to get them on stream the other day, and I'll show you exactly what these look like. See if I can pull this up real quick. So we have a ton of D-Flock cameras. DGL brought it up the other day. These things are plate readers. Now these are the things that you see on, they call them LPR, I believe, which was a license plate recognition. I think we have 100 of these. South Tucson got rid of them though. South Tucson is a small city in an area we call South 6. It's on 6th Ave here in Tucson, but it's considered a different city. Everything in that city is probably like a penny more or something like that. I mean, that's how you'll know you're in South Tucson, when you're being charged a penny more. But anyways, these cameras are everywhere, and there's 2 on River, actually 2 of these on River. And I think you'll start to see a lot of cops with the LPR cameras. We don't have so many out here, but in other states they're starting to get them. And it all started with these ones right here. The one I'm making big here. This guy right here, you'll see these on cars. Now these initially were used for repo trucks. So you'll see them on repossession trucks. But mainly you'll see these on cars. So the cars, they go in there, do apartments and whatnot, and then they'll read the plate and then call the tow truck in to get your car and get out of there. As far as I know, these are the only cameras that we really have that are recording. The best option is a business nearby, if they went that way, and the neighborhood. That's it. I mean, other than that, I think they're out of luck. I think one of the neighbors got that car on vehicle, but I also think them going through the neighborhood, either they went through that entire neighborhood with absolutely no lights on. You already know how it is and how dark it is in that neighborhood. You're a ghost if you're in a car with no lights on. I mean, I don't know if those cameras, that infrared, would even be able to capture a license plate going by. Not only that, a majority of the doors are not even facing the street, or not even nowhere near close to the street. So, I mean, it's going to be difficult to capture a car going by. But these guys are smart, without a doubt. I almost question if that Bobcat that we pointed out earlier may have been used, but I don't think so. I don't want to overthink it either at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He said, try not to disturb, or Josh, play it back again.
Because that would be a big deal if that were true.
Try not to disturb any of the items in the house. We're getting a hold of a scent tracking dog, so try to stay away from the blood outside.
See?
And anything inside the house that could hold a scent.
Doesn't say anything about there being blood anywhere else, just blood outside.
Right, but he's also talking about items in the house. Could that be, What?
The language there suggests to me, I mean, unless I'm misreading it, the language suggests to me we need something with her scent on it, but try not to disrupt the blood that's outside also. It doesn't say the blood that's in there, the blood that's outside. Unless grammatically there's a serious problem here. I think that that is very, very interesting little revelation by accident. Because if there's only blood outside, what does that mean?
Yeah, but he's saying try to stay away from the blood outside, meaning don't step on the blood that's on the porch or anything like that.
But why doesn't he say don't step on the blood inside?
Because the dog is going to be working outside of the house.
Maybe they haven't found blood inside yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they may have blood inside the house, but they're only looking for items that they're going to give the dog to scent.
Right. So, I mean, this all lines up, guys. I mean, the dogs were like somebody just said in the chat, the dogs were there day one. So, I mean, this is all lining up. I mean, this is not ironic that somebody else went through the same exact thing. Some people don't believe this lines up. I mean, somebody brought up the fact that it says Tucson PD at the top. We'll share it in a minute.
And I'm talking from a former canine handler's position.
Oh, I see. You're suggesting that maybe this is a superficial level of investigation, and
Right.
they
All
don't
they
know
want
if
to
there's
do,
blood inside yet.
right? They're going to do
Okay.
what they call tracking.
But remember, they brought an article of Nancy's clothing out to the dog, out on the front walkway to use as a sniff. Right, Chris?
Yep, exactly.
What do you call
And
that?
that's what would happen because, if I showed up, you guys would say, wait here, what do you need?
Right.
And
I got it. So we can't make any assumption that it implies that they've already determined there's no blood in the house. Simply that at this level, they know there's blood outside.
so they get Nancy's, it sounds like they used that blue sweatshirt or something, and they probably, sent the dog into it, and then sent the dog on a track.
Yeah, let me replay it again.
Around the 12:47 mark,
Try not to disturb any of the items in the house. We're getting a hold of a scent tracking dog, so try to stay away from the blood outside and anything inside the house that could hold a scent. Copy.
So
A
Do you note the time? 12:45.
Yeah, I did notice that.
yeah, and notice there's a different type of dog that they're getting hold of.
Oh.
They're not, they're not asking for, what we call an article search dog.
Right.
An article search dog, you would put them on a scent. The German word for it was Zug. So you would take the lead, the 30-foot lead, and you wrap it underneath the dog's front hindquarters, and you pull their head down to the ground, and you go Zug, and that was the command for Irk anyway. And his nose would go down. By the way, he had a 90% tracking capability. John and I can tell some stories about Irk.
Wow.
And he would, just take off. And they can find, guns, knives, clothing, all those things. In this case, they're looking for an actual scent dog, i.e., like a bloodhound or something at search and rescue. These dogs, their capability of finding things is...
Well, I had heard that Border Patrol brought at least one bloodhound to the scene, and they did the tracking, and they are some of, if not the best at tracking, and not just the dogs, but the Border Patrolmen themselves.
which makes
the best.
sense for Vortex out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we have any report that when bloodhounds came to the scene, they ran into the house because they smelled blood in there?
No, they won't go in.
So in other words, you see no clue in this about where else there's blood.
Not right now. And
Okay.
in that radio traffic, for me, I definitely hear the guy saying, "Hey, there's blood outside." So
See, and that's the point that I was making earlier about what they brought up is the fact that there were never any indications that there was blood on the inside of the house at all. Particularly, they pointed out the fact that there was blood on the outside, stating that they didn't want anybody to contaminate the area, so that when that dispatch went out, he was making sure that no one stepped on the blood. He wanted to make that clear that they were aware. I mean, he made it clear to us hearing that dispatch that they were fully aware of the blood. I was confused. I'm super confused because I thought it became a crime scene because Brian Intent was the one who discovered the blood. I mean, I thought it became a crime scene again because of that reason and other signs of foul play, not just with the blood, but, you know, the door being left wide open in the back. I guess they assumed that, you know, that there was some type of foul play that went on the day that Nancy was missing. You guys were telling me the other day that they already knew about the blood. Let me go back a little bit here.
Meaning, right now,
Ma,
and
no.
that in that radio,
Where else there's blood?
not right now,
Ma,
and
no.
that
Because we have an into the house because they smell blood in there.
no, they won't go in.
So in other words, we have you see no clue in this about where else there's blood.
Not right now.
Ma,
And
no.
that in that radio traffic for me, I definitely hear the guy saying, "Hey, there's blood outside." So meaning, you know, don't come out the front door is what he's saying. You know,
Right.
and don't disturb anything inside the house if you guys are in there. That's what I'm hearing. But
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like somebody would be like, "There's blood inside too."
What?
Also, one thing I wanted to point out too is the fact that he mentioned to not like disturb anything else inside of the house tells me that the house was not immaculate, which is kind of questionable to me. If the house is immaculate and, you know, nothing seems like it's touched, right? I mean, I'm assuming that it's not only clean, but I mean, it seems like to me that everything is where it should be. You know, I think when someone cleans a home, I mean, it kind of, you know, you put everything where they need to be. You don't just clean and not organize a bit. So, I mean, I don't know. I question whether or not that it was immaculate. You know, I question that because he's saying don't touch anything in the home. Not only that, I mean, it kind of goes to show these guys are a little bit inexperienced, or probably a lot, because why wouldn't you, I mean, you should be aware of that. I mean, knowing that you can't even figure out whether or not someone's been kidnapped, a murder may have took place. I mean, I don't even work for law enforcement, and I would know not to do that. I mean, I don't know. It's just certain things don't really make sense to me.
But if they hadn't found it yet, then
But they're going to send tracking dog before they've even looked inside the house.
no,
Is
they're
that
not going to.
normal?
The dog is not going to go into the
dog
house.
never goes in the house.
No, they've already been in the house, Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I'm reading this. So they're already in the house. So this guy we're listening to on the radio is most likely at least a sergeant, if not a lieutenant watch commander, because he's got to authorize call out of the search and rescue team. So he's given some instructions over the radio to the deputies at the scene. So they've already told them, we've been through the house, we've done a cursory search of the property, and she's not there, and yada, yada, yada. So
in other words,
forward.
what Chris is saying, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, are you saying that it doesn't matter if there's blood inside the house because the dog simply wouldn't go in there anyway? So they're emphasizing don't touch the blood outside because that's what's needed for this kind of dog.
Right.
Is that
What
what
I'm saying is if Bob's team called me, okay, and I go, you know, on the scene, which is the 10 code for 1097, meaning, you know, 3 King, this is what would happen. I go 3 King, I'm 1097, okay, and I'd pull up, I'd get my dog ready, I'd take him for a break, let him pee, poop, whatever he needed to do. Then I'd say, okay, and I'd walk up to Bob and John because they're the scene commanders, and I would go, what do you got? Well, we got blood on the porch. We got items in the house. What do you need? I need some type of item from the victim if you have access to that. Okay, I want to get a scent. And typically what we used to do is you put it into a bag so that the scent is concentrated into the air. And then you take the bag and you put it over the dog's nose and you let them just eat that up, and then you drop the bag. In this case, it sounds like, or it looks like they just put the rag to the dog's nose, and you hook them up underneath. And nowadays they have these really cool harnesses. We didn't have that luxury. We just had a collar where you hooked them underneath and you pull their head down, you give them the command. and they were German commands. So it's, Zook, go find the guy. Go find him.
Did you ever use the one roust? Did you ever tell him to roust?
Or Varan, geblaut, Platz, sits.
Sits.
You do this behind them. Remember, John, the bad guys? Geblaut. Just without even saying anything, you just go like that. And the dog.
Chris, you might want to explain.
Hey, much love, by the way, Joy. Good to see you. I'm sorry I missed your call. She says, Juice, hey, young man, you're doing a great job. I decided not to call in and interfere with your live, but I've been reading the chat. God bless you. Take care. Hey, much love, Joy. Call anytime. You're all right. We're live now. We're live. Hey, don't worry about it. I got to answer Joy's call. Much love, Joy. I appreciate it a lot. Much, much, much love. So I got some people in the chat saying that they don't think that this will be solved. Wow. I hate to hear that because I used to feel the same way, but I just think the FBI has been too quiet. I think that's a good thing, though. In a good way. I think they've been way too quiet. I feel like by now they would have reached out. And I could be wrong. I'm new to crime, so I don't know how long they go, until they start reaching out to the public for help. I think that since we've learned that there's been some signs of some desperation still from the family, I think that might push them a little bit more to try to reach out to the public a little bit more. I mean, they did that a couple times in the beginning, and I don't even think they just, came out and said anything. I think their actions kind of spoke that too, by them just coming out and going door to door. We know that it was a crime scene because of a mistake the Pima County Sheriff Department made in the beginning, and they made a lot of them, not just one. But I don't know. I think their silence says a lot. I really do. D Garrison, big welcomes, by the way. Yo, Juice, I remember your PUBG mobile scrims and you used to host. Hey, much love. See, we got a old viewer in the chat. Much love. Yeah, we used to game, guys. We used to game. Now we moved on to other things, but we still game from time to time. Gabrielle Banks, my girl, says, hey, chat, let's all hit that like button for Juice. Much love. Shouts to my girlfriend. Always supporting me in real life, the channel and everything else. Much love to her. Spicy, big welcomes. Wanted to say hello. I don't know if I got to say hello to Spicy Italian, but much love, guys. Appreciate you all chiming back in with me here on this fine Friday. It's already the weekend. I'm excited. It's going to be me, myself, and I here in Tucson without the guys, JLR, Alex and Ted. Ted's back. DGL. These guys going all to Crime Con without me. If I had sad music right now, I'd play it. I'm joking. Much love, guys. Good to see you, Olivia, by the way. So anyways, though, I'm still a little bit lost in the sauce, guys. I'm starting to think that they already knew based on this dispatch here, they already knew the blood was there. So I'm starting to believe that we were confused and we just thought that, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody else, but I think that part of the reason we thought that it became a crime scene again was because of the blood being missed. But I guess there was just a whole lot of confusion going on. And according to this dispatch, they already knew. I just think that they were still confused whether or not she actually wandered off, or she was abducted.
Why it is that the commands are in German? Because I've heard people.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, let me just before we continue on, let me share this real quick because Strawberry had sent me a link, and I wanted to share it with you guys real quick. And it was I think I've seen this link from JLR. I don't know how he played the link up here, but it's the webs all around Tucson. And hey, good thinking. Because I mean, you never know. But it's just where the cameras are at for me. And I don't know if you guys can see this clearly. I could zoom in for you guys. And I think these are all like live cameras. All these cameras are live for the most part. I don't know how JLR got the live. I mean, there's a live. I think some of these are just kind of, I don't think they're all playing live, but if you notice these cameras though, they're kind of like sky cameras. They're not all really facing the road. So these aren't really good cameras. Some of these are, like this one here. Let's see if we can click on it. I don't know if this is sufficient enough to get a plate. Let's see if we can play it. I don't know if we can play these. Did the perp go on the freeway? You know, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know how far they went. You know, if they went to Mexico, they had to have. But then again, they didn't, because there's back ways that you could take. See, I mean, if you see this here, there's not. That's terrible. I don't think they're gonna get a camera. I mean, a license plate from up here. I'm not seeing it. I mean, you see the semi truck here where my mouse is at. You can't see nothing. You could get a vehicle though, but I mean, I think they would need a plate, unless they got an idea of what type of vehicle that person was in that night. Otherwise, they'd just be taking a guess. I mean, this is awful footage. Awful camera footage to me. I don't think this is going to be clear enough to get a plate. I could be wrong. But you know, they have that advanced technology. At least the FBI does, but I don't know. It's questionable. I can't call it. Strawberry, thanks for the link. Can't call it though. I don't know about that one. But there was a better one. I think actually, you know what? I think JLR pulled up the ones that were border cameras. I think most of those were border cameras. I don't think they were cameras amongst the city here, so I could be wrong.
Most of the dogs, obviously, all of our dogs were imports. And they're very expensive dogs, even back then. My dog was a Schutzen. He was a Schutzen 3. He scored a 98 on his searching capability, but we won first state in the state of California for attack work back in the day.
We'll skip this up here. Somebody calling already?
Sitting on me behind the.
We gotta post this number. Matter of fact, guys, let's take some calls here. I mean, I don't want to waste too much time here because it's getting late. I know a lot of you guys are probably getting tired. Let's see who this is here.
Call from
Christian.
Christian. Oh, welcome back, Christian. It's the Juice.
Hey, Juice, this is Christian.
Hey, what's up, Christian? Welcome back, brother.
Not much. You know, sitting here watching the live about the cameras and stuff. Remember that video footage that they showed from somewhere over there in the Catalina foothills at like 2 something? They showed like a white key or something going by a house. And for like 2 or 3 weeks, they were talking about, oh, maybe that's the getaway car. That's the getaway car.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, we don't hear about that video footage anymore.
Nah, nobody
talks about it.
Which I thought was
kind of strange.
Yeah, no, I've actually brought that up several times. Yeah, it just went. It was like it went over our head, right? I mean,
yeah, it's like, you know, it was a prominent thing, and then all of a sudden, you don't hear about it no more.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, what's up with that? You know, are they looking at that car? Were they able to get a license plate off that car? I mean, what?
They never
you see
said.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just kind of stopped talking about it. But I don't ever recall the FBI. Like, I mean, from what I heard, I remember them saying the FBI might be looking for that car, but they never actually came out and spoke and said that they were specifically looking for that car. So I don't know.
That's true. That's true. But also, too, what I thought was strange is, and I brought it up in other people's chats and all that, I haven't heard anything about satellite imagery. Now, I know satellite imagery, there might not have been a satellite over Tucson at that time, but how many satellites do we have up in space? Okay. They're able to take pictures of the Earth when it's rotating, you know, all this different kind of stuff, you know, every freaking second, every minute of the day. Why not see if they can get a hold of satellite imagery and see if maybe they could spot something that way. You know, I mean, if FBI is involved, then that means the government can get in and use satellite imagery.
It's possible. I don't know though. I don't know. There might be some limitations with that though.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind of, if they would have, what kind of permission they would have to get, you know, and all that. But I mean, hell, the military uses it in war. They know where everybody's at, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
All the way down to, you know, within like 2 seconds of where you're at, you know, with satellite imagery and all that, and able to target stuff and all that. So, I mean, I don't see why they can't do that. But then again, how do we know that they haven't done it? They're just not coming out saying anything.
Yeah. No.
You know,
got a point.
but honestly, you know, with everything, with what you just showed and all that, and you saying that, you know, you've been in Tucson all your life, I honestly think that this might have been somebody that lived there in Tucson. Because like you said, if there's routes to be able to go from point A to point B without being on a camera, then obviously somebody had to know that.
Yeah, no,
and
for sure.
And I'm wondering if it's a local person.
But at the same time, I don't think it's hard to figure out. If you're casing the place and you're really doing your homework, I mean, yeah, I think. But I truly think you got a point there. I agree with you 100%. I think this person is from here, or they've spent a lot of time here. You know, they've been here. They've spent many years here in Tucson.
Well, and then not only that, but I noticed somebody said in chat about, you know, the abandoned house at the top. You know, how do we know that a car actually drove up to Nancy's and put her in the car? How do we know that they didn't try to wheel her or something up to that abandoned house, had a car up there, and then drove off from there?
The one that I was showing earlier, you talking about? The house on that hill?
Yeah.
Oh, so that house, somebody actually lives there. It's not abandoned.
Really?
Yeah, they're just building a pool back there.
No. The house I'm talking about is it was brought up a couple months ago that there was I guess it was an empty house down the street that some people were renting, and then all of a sudden, right after Nancy disappeared, those people like up and moved.
You talking about Granado?
Yeah.
Or Granado.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two houses on Granado. I'm too sure who was there. I'm just
Well,
hearing rumors.
I know. I was watching an episode. I want to say it was Marie or Ashley Banfield or something. She had Brian Enton on there and a couple other people, and they were actually talking about that house. And somebody had mentioned the fact that when they looked it up of like who owned it, it belonged to like an LLC, like a corporate or something like that. It was an actual individual, but it was like tied here to Texas somewhere, you know. And I mean, I just think it's kind of strange how all of a sudden these people were living there. Then as soon as Nancy disappears, they up and move out, just that quick.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's strange. Now, her going into Mexico, I mean, yeah, that could be a possibility too. I don't know, but I mean, why would they take her to Mexico?
I was gonna ask you what you thought about her being cremated, but I think you touched up on that yesterday. Now that I remember.
The day before, about the public records. Now, I can't say that maybe they might have taken her out to the desert and buried her somewhere. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, and I don't know if you've seen the when DGL, Dad's Gone Live, when he was going to Nancy's that one night, there was those yellow signs, and he called the police, and then they took them for evidence, and there was like information on there for like a different county. It started with a Y or something like that, you know, and all that. You know, why haven't we heard anything about them maybe going to that area and checking? You know, I mean, it's just this case is probably one of the strangest cases I've ever followed.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, an 84-year-old woman's just not going to up and disappear.
No, not at all.
No,
not
I mean, if we're going to go down that theory, then hell, maybe they need to scan the sky for a UFO and see if maybe she was abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, but another thing I wanted to bring up too is I seen something last night on somebody else's podcast that they were talking about that the perpetrator was actually left-handed, not right-handed. And, you know, how many left-handed people are there out there in the world? You know, there's more right-handed than there is left-handed.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason why they were saying that is they said the reason why is because if you watch that video where he's going up to the doorbell camera, you can see him reaching for either the doorknob or the camera with his left hand. When he goes out and gets the weeds, he picks it up with his left hand, puts his left hand, you know, to try to cover whatever it is. You know, even though if you look at his gun, his handle's facing the right, you know, to the right side.
Yeah, it's hard to say though, man. I mean, because some people use they use their other hands for other things. Like I'm left-handed, but I always hold my phone with my right.
Right. Well, I mean,
So
you know, and I mean, they were bringing that up too. They were like saying maybe this person would be like ambidextrous, you know, but maybe predominantly left. But I mean, I don't know. It's just, this is just a weird case. I mean, eventually I think it'll get solved because like what you just mentioned, you know, a few minutes ago, the FBI is like being super, super quiet, which I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign moving forward so far, at least. But yeah,
you know, I mean, I think they probably narrowed I think they probably narrowed their suspects down to who they think it possibly can. It's just a matter of time before we find out that, hey, you know, it's these people, we've made an arrest, you know, blah, 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 blah. I don't think they're going to come out and say, hey, we know it's this person, because if the perpetrator's watching, they're going to know.
Yeah.
They're going to know that the FBI is after them. That's why I think, you know, everybody's wondering, well, why haven't we heard anything? Well, the reason why is because it's going to be like a secret thing. They're going to arrest them first, and then they're going to come out and say something.
Yeah.
But because why would you give the suspect more fuel to be able to keep running longer and longer?
Right. That's the first thing that comes to mind for me. I feel like if they, you know, give any signs that they got a person or share any details, that could probably give him more of an opportunity to, you know, maybe disguise himself or just get away, period, somehow, some way. But
right.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, that's what I'm saying, because, I mean, if they give that detail, he could flee to another country and just disappear.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not that hard. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, the person could be of Hispanic descent or anything like that, but I mean, if they flee into Mexico, Mexico's a big country. You could blend into Mexico and disappear quick. You know, you could go into South America. There's other countries that got, you know, you could go into Cuba, you could go into the Dominican Republic, you know, places like that, and disappear, and they would never find you. You know, there's that one mafia guy back in the day named Whitey Bulger or whatever. You know, he committed murder. Look how long he was on the run before they actually found him.
Yeah.
You know, 50, 60 some odd years. He was able to, you know, run from the police, be able to disguise himself. You know, it's called living off the grid. That's what it's called. It's called living off the grid.
And also, you can't go everywhere in Mexico. I mean, you can't just go roaming around Mexico. There's just places
you can't. But like I mentioned the other night, if this has anything to do with cartel, which I doubt it seriously does, because, you know, cartel, I don't see them doing anything like this. But if it did have something to do with cartel, then yeah, you could disappear. Cartel would make sure of.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said the other night, I think this is an inside job. I think it's somebody that the family knows, you know, that gave them, you know, certain information about certain stuff on, you know, how to get into her house, because like they said, the back door was open, propped open by one of her plants. The back gate was open, propped open by one of her plants, you know. So I think the guy on the front porch was just a decoy. Honestly, I really think it was just all a decoy.
I've been hearing that a lot, man. It's
I think before, before he got up there, I think she was already gone. I think they'd already went in and got her, and I think they just did that to, like I said, to throw the cops and the FBI off. And then like that whole thing about what you just showed about those guys talking about the scent sniffing dogs. Well, we never heard about how far that they were able to go with the dogs, because all I heard is they were calling it off. Sheriff Nano said, no, call it off, that this is a homicide.
Yeah.
So how far did those dogs lead them to, and in what direction did they lead them to? Did they lead them to the back? Did they lead them down the street? That's what I'm saying. But,
yeah. I don't really think they searched all that long with the dogs. I really don't. I think it was short, to be real. I don't think they did enough with the dogs.
I don't think they did either. I honestly don't, because like they said, don't disturb anything in the house. Like you were talking about. Well, we thought the house was immaculate. What is it that it's not supposed to be disturbed? Was there something knocked over? And they're just saying that there was nothing knocked over. What was in the house that they didn't want them disturbed, and then like the blood on the outside.
Yeah.
And then later on, Brian Hinton reports that there was blood also on the inside, but like those guys say, it doesn't say anything about blood being on the inside. That was just later reported that, there's blood on the inside.
Yeah.
Just don't disturb the blood on the outside with the dogs or whatever. But, I mean, I agree with you. I think the search with the dogs was called off way too soon.
Everything was called off way too soon. Even the crime scene. I mean...
Well, I mean, my thing is you gave the family the house back too soon. Honestly,
that's another thing.
You should never give them the house back to them, because, I mean, you still have the mat on the front porch. That was a crucial piece of evidence, because the guy stepped on the mat. So if he did get out of a car or something like that, and there's any kind of hair follicles in that car from anybody, it could be on a shoe and be on that mat. But wait, they didn't take the mat. I would have taken the door frame, the door, all that crap off of there. I would have done the same thing with the back door, with the flower pots. I would have taken those. I mean, you got all this evidence, but none of it was taken. It was all left behind.
Yeah, I think there's some good... I think they have their reasons why they didn't take any of that. Who knows why? Otherwise, somebody's trying to cover up for somebody.
Well,
it's only one or two.
Pima County didn't take it, but I know I've seen, like, in past cases where FBI has gotten involved, FBI would take stuff like that and send it to their crime lab for, investigation and stuff like that. But, I mean, it's just weird. I mean, Pima County did a poor job. They did a really, 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 really poor job.
Terrible.
And then Nano's not, and then Nano's not letting the FBI come in from day one. You should have had FBI there day one.
Yeah. From what we're hearing, he held them out for 4 days on top of that too. So I mean, it's
and I'm like, if I was the sheriff, hey, I want the FBI to come in and take this over.
Yeah.
We got bigger fish to fry in the county. Let the FBI do this.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think if the FBI would have been there from day one, this case might have already been solved by now.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how 48 to 72 hours, how critical it is. So I mean,
it is. It's very critical.
This case goes to show. I mean,
and then my thing is did anybody ever come and clean up the blood splatter on the front porch?
Good question. I don't know. When they put up that tent, the tent didn't even go out to the steps. I mean, remember the blood went all the way out to the steps. So I mean, I don't recall. I don't know. I wasn't there. I
don't even think the blood splatter even got cleaned up. I guarantee you, if there was a way to get on the property and go up there and look, you could probably still see like blood stains sitting there.
My thing is, if the house was immaculate, which leads a lot of us to believe that they cleaned up in the house. I'm assuming, but I think if they cleaned up in the house, why didn't they clean up the porch? You know, I don't know if that.
Oh, the outside.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they clean the outside too? Maybe they weren't aware that she leaked blood. I don't know.
Maybe not.
But
But then again, why didn't they clean the blood up on the inside of the door?
yeah. I mean, I don't know if that. Well, I didn't see any blood on the inside of the door, but I'm assuming that it was if it started.
There's been reports. There's been reports that there's the exact same pattern that's on the
Inside the house.
outside.
Yeah.
That's on the inside of the house. So when I start thinking, that same pattern, what was that saying? It's that same spots, and there's that same formation on the inside. So that's telling me if it's that same pattern, then how do we know that blood wasn't planted there? I'm not saying it would be hard to plant blood, that much blood, in a big area in a short amount of time. It really would.
Right. And then,
But
go ahead.
but I mean, regardless of the fact is, how do we know that there was actually blood on the inside? We don't. That was just reports that came out saying that, oh yeah, that there was blood on the inside. But if there was blood only on the inside entryway, why isn't there blood on the carpet, like leading from her bed or what? Did they get her up, walk her, and then they hit her or something, and she started bleeding then? I mean, what happened? Because remember, they said that they took her straight out of her bed.
Well, to me, it's only one or two things. I think either she was physically harmed as soon as they got out to that front door, or she was harmed inside of the house. And if she was harmed inside of the house, I mean, there's blood inside for sure.
Exactly. And then, what was the extent of her injuries?
Yeah.
I mean, how bad were her injuries? Did she die before they were able to get her into the car? Or was she still alive? I mean, we don't know. I mean, we know we got those ransom notes that TMZ got, or whatever, saying that, the very first ransom note is like, if you want your mom alive, pay us this much in Bitcoin, blah, 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 or whatever. And then they waited too long. It's like, well, if you want proof of life or proof of that we have your mom, whatever. It's like, but what really got me was that the whole ransom letters. Why would you send them to TMZ? Of all places, why would you send them to TMZ?
That's exactly why I don't think they're real. Because somebody who's trying to hold somebody for ransom, they're not gonna.
Well, Savannah said that. Savannah said that she said the first three were real.
Yeah, and that sucks to me because I think that, I mean, unless she, which she probably does, has a lot more information than we do. I mean,
obviously, if she thinks that the first three are real, then that obviously the FBI has investigated it and let her know that, hey, yeah, the first three ransoms were real, the last three weren't, blah, 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 whatever. Or we speculate that the first three are real. I don't know. It's just. But, I'm the type of person, if I'm going to send a ransom, I'm definitely not going to send it to TMZ.
That's why I think it was more so for pain than it was for money. But, I mean, this person must know a whole lot about Bitcoin that we don't know and must have had a really good plan on getting away with getting that money. As far as I know, Bitcoin is highly traceable. So, I mean, there are two in particular that are very difficult to trace. But it still says that they're able to trace it somehow, some way. So I don't think.
My thing is like you said, this person had to be very, very, very smart. Like you said, with the routes and all that. So if this person's as smart as that, they're definitely not going to sit there and talk about, oh, send me this much in Bitcoin, because like you said, Bitcoin is traceable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. For me, I mean, this is not. Back in the day, like it used to be, you can't just demand money and then they come bring your money or transfer it somehow. I mean, that's what I'm saying. At this time, you can't really get away with something like that. That's why I say, I don't think that ransom was legitimate at all. I really don't. And I think that sucks for Savannah if she thinks that ransom was real, because otherwise she has a whole lot of information that we just haven't heard of, which I'm sure we have.
Exactly.
Have it.
But my thing is, whoever did those ransoms, that's a sick person, and they need to be locked up behind it, because that's just sick.
Yeah, no,
You're
I
trying
agree.
to get money. You're trying to
agree.
get money off of a case that you have no ties to.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, Rick, thanks
I
for
don't know.
subscribing. Shouts to those who subscribed here just a minute ago. I might have missed a couple of them, but much love, guys. I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel here.
Yeah, everybody subscribe.
Much love, Christian. Much love.
The juice is trying to keep it real.
Trying to, man. I appreciate that. But
I mean, I'm just saying that this is just one of the strangest cases I've ever seen. Really, when it comes to true crime, it really is.
yeah, it's tough, man. It really is. It's tough. I mean, I question whether or not somebody called me earlier. I think it was Rick. I wonder, like, because I think we're gonna find the suspect at some point in time. I'm wondering, if this will be televised. If we get that far. And I know I'm kind of getting ahead, but I thought that was interesting that he was kind of just thinking, whether or not this will be on live television. I wonder if they'll cast it. But I think that's at the judge's discretion. So,
honestly, you make a point. How do we know that they don't already have a suspect?
yeah, I think they do. I think they truly do, or they got their eye on somebody that they I think they have them. They just don't have enough information. But that's just me, though. We all have our own theory and speculations on things. But
And then like the other night, when we brought up the thing about Sheriff Nanos, Sheriff No-No, or whatever you want to call him, not being involved, I started thinking back after our conversation, and I think he may be involved in this, because how is it all of a sudden he's driving a $100,000 Corvette?
he's got the money.
Well, but here's the thing. That somebody, who was it? There was somebody that was doing a podcast with somebody that worked with Sheriff Nanos. I guess they retired or whatever, and said that his salary every year is only $100,000 a year. He lives in an $850,000 home, and he just bought a $100,000 Corvette.
Yeah, I mean,
my theory is how do we know that he didn't get hush money? Like, hey, just do it like this. We're going to give you this amount of money. This is what you call hush money.
yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to overthink it either, because credit does go a long way too. I mean, money doesn't always pay for everything. Your credit can get you further than what you have in your pocket too. I mean, it's not all about what you got in the bank sometimes.
I wish that was the truth, because my credit's trash.
Yeah. I mean, mine isn't all that great either. So, I mean, but credit can do a lot more damage than what you got in the bank. That's for sure. So,
Well,
I mean, I try not to look past that either. And you got co-signers too. So,
well, that's true. But I mean, I just look back at how they're trying to get Sheriff Nanos out, because he lied on his resume. Back when he was with El Paso PD and all this different kind of stuff. And I mean, and that's not the first situation. I've heard, situations about inmates that were locked up in the Pima County Jail or in the state penitentiary, stuff like that. Talk about how they're treated inside the county jails and all that Sheriff Nanos runs, and all that, just how corrupt he really is, and everything else. And it's just, I don't know. It's,
yeah, you never know.
I mean, eventually,
so.
are we going to get more info? Probably. It may not be the info we want, but like you said, the FBI is being quiet for a reason.
Yeah,
they really are. And
that's the word that's going around. I don't know for sure if it's true, but
I haven't seen anything else on it except for maybe, I think on your on your stream, I think JLR stream, somebody else's stream, that they were talking about that Savannah Guthrie had hired private investigators. Because I mean, if that was the case, I figured Brian Enton and everybody else would have picked up on that and would have said something. But if that's the case, then why is she hiring private investigators? Now what's really going on?
I think she's frustrated, honestly. I mean, the fact that Sheriff Nanos is not communicating with the family anymore, I think it says a lot about where they may stand. So, I mean, who knows?
But, I mean, she knows the FBI is working on it, so why hire private investigators?
I think desperation, man. I think, when you're worried about your mom and you really want to know what happened. I mean, you get desperate
That's
for
true.
answers. So I mean, just like we are
Yeah.
trying to search for answers, and we're quite desperate. I think she's 10 times that. So I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so
Definitely.
it's
I mean,
tough.
I mean, honestly, I would be the same way.
Yeah,
If it was my mom, I would have been totally desperate. Like, look, y'all ain't moving fast enough. I'm gonna hire my own people. Blah 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 blah.
yeah,
And all this kind of stuff. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Y'all
Yeah.
can't do the job. I'm gonna make sure it gets done, no matter the amount of money. But one last thing I wanted to bring up, which kind of puzzles me too, is the day that, okay, I guess Annie got the call that Nancy didn't show up to whatever thing it was that next morning, and then Annie goes over there and they find that, oh, she's gone, and blah 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 blah, and then she calls the police, she calls the hospital and all that, and then you call your sister. See, my whole thing is if that's my mom, first person I'm calling my sister, I'm calling my siblings. Hey, is mom with you? Well, no. Why? Because mom's gone. She's not in her house. I'm not
Yeah.
going to wait 2 or 3 hours later to call my brother or my sister, say, hey, mom's gone, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm doing it right away.
no, yeah, I agree 100%.
That's
I'm with you.
that's why that's why I honestly kind of think that Annie and Tommaso are tied into this. All because of that situation right there. And she waited 2, 3, almost 4 hours to get a hold of Savannah and let Savannah know what went on.
She hesitated for sure. No doubt. I mean, it goes to show how great of a relationship they have, right? I mean, the fact that she hesitated, they definitely don't have a great relationship.
No.
Or the
But-
greatest
but-
relationship, I should say.
But regardless, say for instance, if you and I were brothers, and we didn't have a great relationship, but we're still in contact with our mom, and I go over there and mom's disappeared, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call you and say, hey, is mom with you?
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what our relationship is at that point.
Exactly.
I want to know
That's
everything, anything and everything.
That's right, because I mean, you're gonna be the first person I call, and
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, is mom with you? No, why? Mom's not in the house. There's
Yeah,
blood
no.
on the front porch, but mom's nowhere to be found.
I'm with
Her
it
purse, her cell
100%.
phone, everything's still here. I
100%.
mean,
Christian, I don't want to hold you up for too much longer here. I want to get a couple more calls in before it gets
that's
too
cool.
late.
That's cool. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you having a conversation with me tonight. Feel free to
No
chime
problem.
in anytime as well.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
All right, much
All
love.
right.
Shouts Christian, man. Shouts to him calling in. Much love, man. I appreciate you guys calling in here tonight. Yeah, it's tough, guys. It's really hard. It really is. It's tough. I mean, a lot of the stuff that just like the situation he brought up with Annie hesitating to call her. For me, I mean, I'm not hesitating to call anybody. I'm calling everybody right away, But we can't expect them to handle things the way, we would handle things. Somebody emailed me earlier, and they were talking about, I think it was one of the most wanted people. Shouts to those of you guys subscribing, by the way, guys. I think we're going to hit 18,000 subscribers by tomorrow. I don't think we'll make it there tonight, but looks like we're moving up the chains here, already almost to 18,000. Thanks to all of you guys, man. It's been a blessing to see the growth. I mean, it's awesome. Somebody reached out. They sent me an email. They were talking about a guy by the name of Seth or Anthony Seth. And I think he murdered somebody back in 2000. I don't think this guy's related. In 2000, he shot and killed a 19-year-old by the name of Ruben Rodriguez. From what I believe, it was an altercation at a house party. And I'm hearing this guy he's still on the run. They haven't found him. The reward is like $25,000. I can't believe the reward is only $25,000. after so many years. But I think somebody thinks that this person looks like the perp. And, I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be bad throwing him under the bus, considering, he's he's on the run. It's not like we're ruining his life. His life is already ruined. But I don't think this is the guy. I mean, it looks like he has similarities. Hey, The Forgotten, thanks so much for subscribing, by the way, man. You guys are awesome, man. Shouts to those of you guys subbing up here tonight. This is the guy. This is the guy with the guy. It looks like. I don't think this is the perp, but I figured I'd show you guys. Mel, thanks for subscribing, guys. Big salutes to those of you guys subbing up here. You guys are insane. But that's what he looks like. I don't like I said, I don't think he lines up. He does look like looking from, like, I can't see his waist or anything, but looking at what the shoulders look like from what I can see, he it's possible. It's possible. Somebody was saying that he is back in Tucson. I'm not too sure if he's back here. I think it happened the last time they said he was in the Philippines, that he left to the Philippines. But who's to say, guys? We don't even know at this point. But I thought that was interesting. Some people kind of looking at the, America's Most Wanted folks and lining them up with the, the perp. Good idea. You never know. I mean, it could be some killer out there who's been, killing folks or has history of killing people that's on the run. But from what I'm hearing, he's been on the run for 26 years, because this happened, it said in 2000. He is in his 40s, which is similar. I mean, it seems like the perp appears to be somewhere around that age. He grew up about 21 minutes from Nancy's house, so not too far from Nancy's house, which is kind of odd. But then again, it might not be, because we could be overthinking some things, but you never know. You want to keep your head on a swivel, no matter who it is, especially if you got a killer on the loose, just like the person that took Nancy's on the loose. I don't know. I took the phone number down, didn't I? Right? Let me put this back up here, actually. That way some folks, they want to, feel free to call in. I missed the call. If you want to call back and you're still here, feel free to call back. Only reason why I stopped doing callbacks, because it gives away my real number, because the number that that I'm showing here is linked to my actual real number. So I stopped calling people back for that reason. And then people start calling on stream, so we don't want people calling in the middle of the stream. That's it always ends the stream, or stops or pauses the stream for the time being. But anyway, I thought I would share that with you guys. I don't know if that's the guy. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think he is the guy, but he is Hispanic. Some people think the perp's Hispanic. I don't think so. Juice, you need two phones? I know, Strawberry. I know. When I can get there, one day I'll have two phones. Not quite there yet financially. Not even close. Maybe one day though. Debbie says, don't forget the house up the street had all of their lights on. The night porch guy was on Nancy's porch. Strange things going on. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what neighbor that is you're talking about, but we did see lights on in the background. So, I mean, there were some people that definitely had their lights on that night. Somebody just called, but they hung up. You didn't even give me time to answer. Dang. Don't get shy. Feel free to call in. It's all right. Call right on in. See what happened. Hold on. Don't hang up yet. Don't hang up. See what it is. See who it
Call
is.
from Judy.
Judy. It's the Juice.
Hey, Juice.
Hey, Judy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, we talked a couple of weeks ago, and somewhere along the way, my earpiece ran down. So
yeah, I remember.
I didn't call back. I tried to kind of tell you in the comments that what had happened. But anyway, I was calling back because something just I had read, and I didn't know this before. I hadn't read this before. There was a piece that came out in March about in the 1980s about an area rapist that terrorized Tucson.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that?
No, I never heard about that.
Yeah. His name was Brian. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's not it. That's one of the reporters here. Let me get this up here before I say somebody else is a sexually assaulter and get me and you both in trouble.
No, you're all right.
Hang on just a minute. Was known as the prime time rapist.
Mm-hmm.
That began attacking women in '83. They finally tracked him down, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to read right here.
You're all right. Ashley, thanks so much for subscribing. Big salute to Ashley subbing up to the channel here, guys. Man, we're 59 away from 1,800 or 18,000. I'm sorry. Wow. Sheesh. Much love, guys.
You've been doing good lately.
Man, I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't feel like I deserve all this love, guys. I really don't.
No, you deserve
I have a long way to go.
Don't think you're very humble, but you're very humble to a point that don't take anything away from yourself. Don't self-appreciate, take away from yourself and your contributions, because you've got among all of the ones that's covering this, you've got a distinct flavor, a niche that you add to your broadcast. So
I appreciate
don't
that.
forget that. If something, things get hard and something goes down, don't forget that.
Truly appreciate that. Wow.
I noticed I'm trying to find this guy's name. I do not want to say the wrong name. But I posted earlier today before you signed off. I'm sure you didn't see it because you've been extremely busy.
It was you said it was somebody, a rapist, and he raped, it was somebody locally here in Tucson?
Yes. Well, yeah.
When was he arrested?
Hang on a minute. He wasn't arrested. They had tried to arrest him, and he ended up taking his life years ago. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to get this on a file that I had it right here. Anyway, but my point is, I'll find his name, but my point is, nothing should be off the table at this point. And what if he had, like I said, he was in his late 20s. He took his own life at the time. But what if he had a kid, a son, that was young at that point in time?
Lawar, thanks for the sub.
And
right.
He may have turned around and grown up and thought to get back at everybody. That, the best way to get back at somebody is to take one of the most technically famous people in the area. I'm trying to say like payback for his dad.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you.
Life. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But anyway, they called him the primetime rapist, like I said, and it was in the 80s. But he killed, like I said, he killed himself. Let me see. And I just happened to think, what if he had the child that was trying? I mean, there are people, incidents of that where, somebody tries to come back and
Is it named
as
Brian?
payback or revenge or avenge his. No, that I don't think that was his. Hang on a minute, I've got it right here.
James Allen, Cody Williams. It's a couple guys.
Yeah, his last name was Lariva, Larriva.
Oh, that's Brian.
Yes, Brian Frederick Lariva. So that was his first name that I was looking at.
Yeah.
But I went back to an old Arizona Daily Star in newspapers.com where he was actually 35 and he had assaulted. They actually tied two to him that they were going to arrest him for. And they had sat on the house that he was living with his parents at the time on East First Street, 4700 block of East First Street. And they sat on his parents' house like for 24 hours before, and somehow he still evaded them before they could finally get to him. They still don't know what he did, at least within the 12 hours after he eluded them.
Yeah.
But then he told them, he said, I'm not going back, which means meant he wasn't going back to prison because he had a prison record, a criminal record on, that he did some extensive prison time. So I'm just saying, he's old enough to have a kid then, 4 to say 10 years old would be about the right age that this perpetrator looks. So.
Yeah, he's not. That's not too far from me. That's crazy.
It's just another theory that I wanted to throw out there, basically.
Yeah, no.
There are, like I said, a kid growing up without their parents and knowing or just looking at it from the point of view that Pima County Sheriff's Office is the reason I haven't had my father all these years. I'm once the mind is damaged and they get in that mindset, anything is possible is what I said. I said it just dawned on me for some reason that this Lariva guy could be responsible. I'm not talking about him. Some of
his children.
A child of his, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had a child. I tried to find an obituary. There wasn't an obituary or anything. And I haven't found his parents' names yet to be able to track that down, like if they had grandchildren or whatever. But anyway, that's just one of the.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, this guy, he has 30 home invasions, 30 that they know of. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, you never know.
Right.
You never know.
You found something now about him, or?
I was looking at him. He's. I mean, you never know. I mean, it's.
Right, and like I said, he took his own life then, and
yeah, I don't know if he has kids or anything like that, but yeah, you never know.
Because people were, that's one of the things that caught everybody's attention was they had a home invasion type that turned into sexual assault in person back in the 80s. That's how this article was kind of presented. Before the Nancy Guthrie case came on the scene. But, if you wanted to get people to take note that something was going on without telling them that it was, in direct payback for taking their father, there's just, and that they don't even know, you said the 35, they don't even know if there's more than that that he could be tied to. So.
Well, I hope to God that Nancy wasn't, raped or anything like that.
Yeah, I know.
I think we questioned it when they took the sheets. So. But
I'm sure that's why they did. I'm sure, but that could be someplace that they find the best DNA.
I think they took the sheets for exactly for the DNA. Yeah.
Yep. If they ever get this stuff where they can separate that DNA that they were having issues with, which there may be money thrown behind that kind of research.
Yeah.
To get it done quicker. So, but it's that I just wanted to throw that theory out there. I hadn't heard anybody. I've heard them talk about this individual, but I've not heard anybody
Yeah,
say
well,
that, could it possibly be somebody tied to him that was like revenge or payback? So
yeah. Well, I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. Yeah, you never know nowadays. You don't.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's just like I said, you can't really throw nothing off the table at this
No,
point.
yeah, I agree
You'll have
100%. Yeah, I don't. I mean,
a
somebody.
lot of people that. Go
You're
ahead.
okay. No. Go ahead. You're fine.
I was going to say some people, still die hard that Annie and her husband had something to do with this. I don't have to see anything or have any, sure that they had something to do with it. So, but I really don't see anything. It was looking like it, but now, to be honest with you, when they went back to their house and took evidence bags, this was like the second time they went into that. First of all, they went in to just, I guess, dust or check the house or whatever.
Yeah.
When they went back a few days later, and then they took the car and everything. Remember they took computers and all that stuff too.
Yeah, it seemed like
From
they took
Annie's
several
house.
things. Yeah. I don't know specifically what they
took.
took, but I've heard some stuff that they've taken. They took some stuff out of their home for sure.
Right. But definitely the electronics. I think the electronics, I don't know who or what, but those electronics may come back to bite somebody in the behind for a different reason. It has nothing to do with Nancy.
Yeah.
Because they still have their car, don't they? Don't they still have their car?
Yeah, I think they're still using it as well. I mean, I went over there today, and then the car, a couple weeks ago, the car was there. I think it was last week. And then after going over there today, their car wasn't there. Oh, yeah, they got their car back. Yeah, a little while ago.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That
for sure.
stuff that they spread, I mean, the cactus and stuff that they spread where y'all couldn't sit on the easement anymore. Are you sure that was cactus or was it agave plant? I saw somebody else mention in the chat that it looked like agave, or however you pronounce that.
I think it's cactus. I mean, it's a type of cactus.
Okay. Well, if somebody had mentioned agave, and I looked it up, and if that's true, ants are extremely attracted to agave.
Oh man, don't tell me that.
Well, that's why I'm telling you. I'm trying to just kind of warn you to be aware of that may be why they put that out there, knowing that because they know the ants bother you guys so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
hope not.
I would put anything past them at this point. They're so uppity, snuffity. And
Yeah.
think they're better than everybody else, in my opinion. But I just wanted to tell you that check. If you can, try to check that plan out. If there's some way you can take your phone with Google or Google Lens or whatever, and it'll tell you what that is. But just be aware if it's anything agave that evidently the sweetness probably attracts them to it. So.
Hey, good point. I'll do that. I'm gonna actually do that. Wow, that'd be a good idea. I think it is cactus, but you know what? I'll do that just to be sure next time. That's a really good idea.
Like I said, just to be aware, because I know you wigged out.
Yeah, no.
with the ants and stuff. So just check it out, just so you're aware of your surroundings. Mainly.
That's a good idea.
My point. And one other thing before I hang up, I saw a stream the other day where you were getting dropped off, and your little man was there, and just the day y'all took and put flowers at Nancy's memorial, and he got out with Mrs. the Juice. That's what everybody's calling her. I don't know if you've seen that in the chat. But anyway, my kids lost their dad when they were barely 2 and 7. but just seeing you try to teach them when they got ready to go, I could tell you trying to teach them high five.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. It was a few
Yeah,
days ago.
yeah, yeah.
And
No,
you probably
this was
did
yesterday.
so much with them.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't. My days are kind of run together at this point. I've been a little sick this week, so that's why I'm kind of spacey and my vocabulary's not together. But that I just wanted to tell you that it brought tears to my eyes in an endearing way. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
It's so sweet, just so sweet, and I can tell you are such a good daddy. So,
I appreciate that. I try my best. I do. I mean, I love kids. I love my kids. You know, I try. I appreciate you sharing that with me.
It certainly shows in unsuspecting ways.
Yeah.
And just, like I said, anybody, try to, the trolls and stuff get in there and try to get you down, because eventually the more popular you get, the more you'll end up getting in the chat. And by the way, my handle on there is under Judy Studios. Is how my handle is that I post. But if you need a mod anytime, I'm usually up all night just like you are. If somebody needs a break, just let me know and I'll be glad to help.
Okay, will do. I appreciate you.
Because the more popular you get, the more trolls you're going to get in the chat.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
That's you're correct. I mean, it's no matter. I think no matter how many mods we do get, it's going to be tough to try to keep the trolls away. I mean, the trolls are always going to troll. So
right, yeah, you're not going to keep them away altogether. You just got to kind of try to keep them under control, but under the parameters that you set up. That I know you said you didn't want them all together, but it gets so. I mean, you can't. If you don't have mods, the chat gets out of, like boom, boom, boom. You can't read anybody's, comment for the others coming. Now you can stop it, but the whole stream gets backed up. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just hang on to my handle. If somebody needs a break, like I said, I'm usually up most nights just like you are, and I nap maybe 2 to 3 hours at a time a day, but most nights I'm awake just because my kids are asleep at night, of course, and I can't sleep very well without waking up in a panic attack. So I'm there if you need me. Just hang on to that.
Okay, Judy, I will. I won't forget either. I will definitely keep that in mind, and I appreciate you calling in, and you can definitely call anytime.
Yeah, this time I'll hang up properly. So,
you're all right.
I'd let somebody else call in, but y'all have a good night, and I'll be hanging around in the chat. Like I said, I'll be listening.
All right. Much love, Judy.
All right. Thanks, Judy.
See you
Bye.
Later. Bye. Much love, Judy. Shouts, Judy. I appreciate you calling in. Much love. Yeah, that was a little man we had came by yesterday, and my girlfriend always drops me off, so she came. We we're leaving some flowers, thanks to I believe it was Deb who ordered the flowers, and I told her I'd put the flowers there for her, and there was a whole lot of flowers and more than I expected, so I was like, we'll put some as well, since I haven't really got to do that. The kid and the girlfriend, we put some flowers down, and we actually still have some more, so I'll be putting some more down throughout the week, thanks to Deb. So shouts to her. Shouts to Deb. 5:10 in Georgia? Man, you better get some rest. It's getting real early now for you. It's not even late anymore. It's early. Cowgirl says it's agave out there with those rocks. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cactus. I think that was so. I mean, thanks for shouts to Juanita, because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have probably even got to figure out who did it. I'm not saying for sure. The neighbors up top are the ones who did it. But I mean, that's a lot of work, guys. If you see all those rocks, I'm pretty sure all you guys have seen them. I mean, that's a lot of work. If you thanks for what. Let's see if I can pull it up here. I mean, if you, yeah, here it is here. If you see the amount of rocks that are down there and the amount of, the agave part is not the hard part. That's the easy part. But I mean, those rocks, I mean, that took a lot of time for sure, especially if they did it by hand. So I think it only made sense that, that Bobcat truck or whatever you call the truck, was the one who took all that stuff down there and just kind of put it there or dumped it there, however you want to put it in words. But I mean, that's a lot of rocks, and it's all the way to the end, all the way to the, it's from the beginning, when you come out from that street on the top, it starts there and then it goes all the way down to where we sit. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys may not, watch during the time I'm at Nancy's, but it goes all the way down to the end for the most part. It's a long way. It's long enough to take at least a good 20 minutes to get all those rocks, especially if you're older and you're not all that, physically fit. That you're probably going to need a break in between or two to get all those rocks there. I mean, that's tough. So I thought Juanita pointed it out. Her pointing that out really changed my thoughts on somebody coming by in a truck, because initially I thought somebody had came by in a truck and dropped all that stuff off. But I started to think, maybe that Bobcat right there that you're looking at made it happen. I mean, look at that thing. That thing is the perp. And then you see the rocks. You can probably barely see the rocks, but look at the rocks next to it. Those are the rocks. I mean, those rocks are identical to the ones that were placed there. See if I can get this call before they hang up on me. Hold on, I'm trying to get there. And they stopped calling. Dang. 41 something number. Can't say it, but reach back out. I might have took a little too long to answer there. Maybe this is them. Nope, still no call. I thought this was them. It's ringing on my phone, but it's not ringing on the actual. Anyways, I'm not too sure, guys. I don't know. I can't call it. I don't know if that Bobcat truck was the one, the person. I don't know if that specific neighbor did that, or they hired somebody to do it. I can't call it, but I don't know. I think Juanita might be on the money with that one. Popcorn, big welcomes, by the way. We have heard no results on those clothes either. What clothes, Adriana? Big welcome, Adriana, by the way. I don't know if I said hello to you tonight. Maybe you guys are conversating in the chat and then I might have missed it here. Gotta give them time. The older folks need a little bit of time, guys. I know some of you guys get overwhelmed with the older folks, but give them a little time sometimes. Gotta be a little patient. Have a wonderful day. Good to see you. Says thank you, Juice, for all you do. God bless, man. You as well. Sony, good morning, by the way. Whoever just reached out, you could reach back out. I'm sorry I didn't get to the call soon enough. I was trying to get there, but I couldn't click over to the other screen soon enough. Adriana says, I don't think it was A&T, but they are all bizarre. I don't understand. No plea for searches unless they received burnt remain pics or something crazy. Why not send some water to the YouTuber? Uh-oh. I don't know if I was following you there, Adriana. I don't look past Annie and Tommaso, and I know there were some people out there that looked past them due to the fact that they were cleared. I'm more on the team of no one's cleared. I don't think there's. I mean, because if you've watched cases, you've seen in cases where, I don't know if you can necessarily say that they've been cleared, but they end up going back because they missed the person that was actually. I think that happens a lot, actually. Even if they get cleared, I think they'll end up going back to someone who's been cleared and, arrested them. So, I mean, I don't look past anything in this case based on how everything's, gone. You can't. You just can't. Christy, if I missed something you said, I apologize. I might have missed her chat there. Said I can't do this anymore. I apologize. I was on a phone call there. I try not to be too rude to the folks here. Let me see if I can see what Christy said, if she's still around. Even if she's not, we can still respond. Christy. Yeah, and then somebody called, but they're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to bed. I'm not calling this guy back. According to Google, it is illegal to move or destroy agave plants in Pima County. Yeah, for sure. Just can you see our comments? Yeah, Christy, I can see you guys' comments. Sometimes I'm looking for stuff too, guys. Sometimes I'm trying to pull up something that these guys are bringing to my attention too. And then also sometimes I'm lost in my own thoughts. So forgive me. But I'll try to pay attention a little bit more. Judy says, I forgot to ask all of the praying members of any faith, please remember me and my kids in the coming days. Lots of spears being thrown our way unexpectedly, so I'd appreciate your prayers. We got you, Judy. We got you. We will definitely, most certainly keep you in our prayers for sure. At least I will. I can't speak for everybody in the chat, but we'll do. Tom in Tin Can says, I think he's talking to somebody in chat. Big welcomes, by the way, though. Animal Mother, what's up? How you doing tonight? Linda Betty says, I lived in Vegas and settled in Wyoming years ago. Nice. South Wyoming and Vegas. Jacqueline says, anything to make money? You've been up for hours. You think it's time to go to bed? Nah, man. It's never time to go to bed. I love being up late. I'm always up late. And we're not trying to make money. I already told folks that I was going to go live tonight and take some calls. I'm actually trying to get more active doing like a late night show where I do call-ins and whatnot. But no, that's not the goal tonight for sure. I'm trying to give this person time because I'm not going to be on too much longer. If they wanted to call back in, I'm assuming that they're not. They just kind of gave up. Some people got to have a little bit more patience when I can't respond right away, especially like when I'm going to get back to the chat at some point. When I get back to the chat, at least you'll know. Like now that I'm kind of responding to everybody, you'll kind of know that, when, it's a good time to kind of say something in the chat. If I miss it, then you might want to pick another time to kind of say something just to make it easier on you. Because sometimes I do miss some folks in the chat. Justice Jane, good to see you, by the way. Thank you for posting that. She was posting in reference to Nancy, an 84-year-old lady, 5'5", 150 pounds, brown and gray hair, and blue eyes. She has limited mobility and relies on daily meds. $250K FBI reward, plus the family offering the $1 million reward. Yes. Thank you for that. Much love, Connie. Thanks for stopping by the way. Connie says, Juice checking in from South Oklahoma. In my book, none cleared till case is solved. We have to bring Nancy home one way or another. 100% agree. They were only cleared as far as the DNA match. See, I don't know, Strawberry. I can't say that. Hey, what's up, Shannon? Good to see you. I can't say that, man, because I don't know why they were cleared. So you think that's the reason why they were cleared, because of the DNA match? You might have a point. Some say because of the what is it? My God, the lie detector test that they took, the poly. Kathy says, hi, Juice. Hi, chat. Just wondering, has anyone made an Australian connection? What do you mean? In reference to, like what? There's 100,000 in Crime Stoppers, too. Jojo, big welcomes, by the way. I just get nervous. Nervous about what, Jojo? Good point, Debbie. Debbie says the FBI hasn't cleared Annie and Tommaso. I always say that. Yeah, I always say that. You know, I don't even think Nano's scared to even reach out to them to see, you know. I think somebody asked me if I'll be at Nancy's tomorrow. I'm not too sure. More than likely so, guys, because the guys are gone. So I think I'm going to try to be there throughout this week. I was thinking about taking the day off tomorrow, but I think, you know, it might be good if I just go out, you know, the rest of this week. Considering it's pretty much just me locally covering the case for now. Because they're all going out to CrimeCon, so we'll see. I mean, we still got AJW here, though. We still, you know, doing the searches, and then we still got Righteous Monkey out here, you know, reporting, posting things from time to time. Shouts those two guys, by the way. But other than that, I mean, we really won't have anybody here. Adriana says, those coyotes were wild, but I worry they cremated her out in the desert. Yeah, me too. You and me both. Seriously. Debbie Niner fan says hi to my girlfriend Gabrielle. She's over there going back to sleep right now. Everybody keeps asking that. Why not go with them? I would, guys, but I can't. I don't have the funds for that. It's too much money. I wish I could. If I had $1,000 to just blow real quick and go out to Vegas, I would. I mean, it probably wouldn't cost that. Maybe like 500, but it's okay. I'm not missing nothing. I'm not missing nothing but a good time. Ginger says it's late. We gotta find Nancy. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Keep up the good work. My friend enjoyed watching you. Hey, much love. So you told a friend, or your friend just stumbled across me? Hey, if you told a friend, either way, I appreciate it. Christian says no one can speak on polygraphs, not unless you've actually taken one. It's based on nerves. Yeah, I know he mentioned this before. It's if you're nervous, you're not going to fail. He says if you're nervous, you're not going to fail it. Rather, you're telling the truth or not. Yeah. I mean, there's ways to beat polys from what I've heard, but who knows, guys? I mean, I don't know how that plays out in court. You know, I think Christian mentioned the other day, you know, if you fail it, I think I missed something here. I think Christian was saying if you fail it, it could be used against you in court. Mr. Scruff's good one, right? I know, right? That's too funny. Mr. Scruff says Misty will kick it up for you. Very funny. I think I missed something in chat I wanted to read real quick before I move on here. I think I'm going to get off here pretty soon, though, too, guys. It's getting pretty late. But South New Zealand, by the way, Miss Annie. Good to see you. Jojo said it was me whose car. Sorry, got nervous and hung up. Oh, that's what you're saying. Nah, call back. Feel free. Don't get nervous. Call right in, Jojo. We'll wait for a second. See if Jojo calls back in. Hey, don't get nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. How many people we got tuning in right now? 555, only 557 people. It's not even that a lot. Wow. Don't even sweat it. Wow. Don't even think about it. It might be a lot to you, but don't even think about it. Just act like they're not even there. I guess that is kind of a lot of people, but yeah, don't think about it. Is it me that makes you nervous? If it's me, you know, I'll try my best to make you more comfortable. Just take your time. There's no rush. As you can see right now, no one's calling in right now, so it's not a rush. It's not a rush at all. Take your time. Grammy says, Juice is not very becoming to accuse people of something that you have no concept whether they have done it or not. You have no evidence. That's just not right. Who did I accuse? I don't recall accusing anybody of doing anything. Did I accuse somebody? I don't think so. Shannon says, I've seen many polys done a lot of things taking into account medications, mental issues, even person doing the exam, poly not advisable in court, plenty innocent fail, and plenty guilty pass. Hey, good point. Good point. Good point. I believe it in both ways. I really do. I'm not a big believer in polygraphs either, so not something that I, you know, would recommend to anybody taking a poly either way. I think I missed something in chat, but it's okay. Just trying to go back, but I don't. It's probably gonna take too long to find whatever I just saw. Overthinker. See, you're definitely an overthinker, that's for sure. Nah, I'm joking. He says, I don't, or she says, I don't feel like they will ever find Nancy, or if they do, by that time, I believe whoever is involved will not be around anymore. Unalived. Yeah, I hate to think that, though. I don't think this person will, I think this person is going to live as long as he gets away, or she, since some people think the perp's a woman, I think this person is going to, you know, live as long as they get away with it. I don't think this person's dead. I mean, if you're saying that by the time they try to, or they get deep into this as far as cracking this case, that by then that person will be dead, yeah, it's a possibility. But I think they're going to find this person. There's no doubt in my mind. Don't call me old just because I'm old. Oh, come on, Linda. You know I wouldn't do that to you. Anyways. Cops will lie to you and say you failed to get you to talk. Yeah. I feel like the FBI, there's some things, well, we know Nanos for sure has lied about some things. FBI-wise, I mean, who knows? They haven't really said much, but I think both will, you know, I think law enforcement, period, will lie to you guys, you know, or give you a very little bit as we got. That's exactly what we got going on right now, so it's kind of crazy. So I take it JoJo's not going to call in, so we'll move along here and just kind of let it go. But if you decide to call in, JoJo, feel free. Don't overthink it. Don't think about it too long. Just do it. Just do it. Man, Criminal Network's planning his road trip at 11/11. I like the numbers. I like the numbers. So I was gonna play something real quick here and then get off. I don't think I think some but I don't know if I can find the video. Thought I had it ready, but I guess I didn't. It was pertaining to the yellow. I think Christian brought it up earlier. The yellow signs, the yellow signs that were put up in the neighborhood one day. Suits Intuition was talking about the signs. I think because there was a moment in time that he brought up that those the writing of those signs looked just like Richard Nolet's handwriting. And I was going to share that video with you guys, but I don't know which video that was. So maybe in another video I'll share that with you guys. So I do not see it at all. So maybe another video. Let me see if I can find it here. Tominton says I'm too much to call in. Call right on in. Call right in. Good night, Lauren, by the way. Call in because I'm about to get off here pretty soon, so you're running out of time if you're planning on calling in. Don't even hesitate. Good question. RJM says, do you think it's a Guthrie family member would have recognized the perp if it was a family member? I think so. I truly think so. By the way, I looked it up, and here let me pull it up here. So for the agave, this is what the cactus looks like. This is the best picture I could find, and I'm assuming that this is considered some type of cactus. I could be wrong. Let me save the picture real quick so I can pull it up nice and big for you guys. Somebody was asking me, and I'm gonna do this tomorrow actually because it's a really good idea to take a picture of the cactus and then or use that Google. It's a Google thing you could use to figure out what you're looking at. It's not always accurate though, but this is what it is. This is what it looks like, and I'm assuming this is some type of cactus. I don't know if these specifically are illegal. I think majority of the cactuses are illegal here. You know what? I don't even know if you guys were able to see a clear picture of that. It might have been actually too zoomed in. We'll bring that back up real quick. Hold on. Nope, this isn't it either. Let me pull that back up. Well, I guess that is close enough and clear enough picture, but this is how they look. This is pretty much almost identical to the ones that were left outside of Nancy's. Tasha keeps putting the ears up there. Why she keep putting the ears? What's going on? So that's what those look like, though. And I'll look it up. I'll see if they're illegal. I think, I'm assuming majority are. I don't, at least I saw about 3 cactuses on there that were illegal. And I think you got to get, You got to get permission to remove cactus. Savannah and Nancy returned to Australia in 2015. It was on the Today Show, I think. Interesting. Never heard of that. The fourth video, oh boy, I appreciate that. I was gonna try to say the end of the name, but I don't want to get it wrong. Let me hear up and answer this.
Call from Afterlife Paranormal Society.
Afterlife. Ooh, I like the name. I'm expecting something interesting. This is the Juice.
Hey, Juice. This is Veronica from San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, Veronica. How you doing?
Hey. Okay, I was watching your live and everything. I don't know if you're still live, but it says live.
Yeah, we're still good.
Oh, okay, cool. Because it's like almost 5 in the morning here.
Oh my God! Thank you.
What you call it? I was. Did y'all find out? Because I had just saw a clip. Did y'all find out who that guy was that put all the rocks and cactuses?
I don't think we know it for sure. I think Juanita's working on it, though. I think it's a matter of time. That she may figure it out. She may not, though.
Okay, I don't know if it was Righteous Monkey or Mark the Shark posted a video. Y'all might want to go ahead and get with them. But from what I saw and what he was wearing, it was a white pickup truck. And it was the guy that Alex from Criminal Network had, I guess one girl's over saying he had an altercation when he was walking up the street and he was in shorts and a shirt and he had a white, like, lightweight jacket,
that was
like wrapped around his waist.
Yeah, that was AI.
And he was with his daughter.
Yeah, so what happened was they took that video and then they took two videos and put them together. That's pretty much what they did, and it was a troll who did that. It really wasn't that guy who did
it wasn't?
that.
Yeah,
No.
because he had a bunch of rocks and stuff in the back end of his pickup truck.
Yeah, they
and
put
he
that.
was throwing
they
them
put that
on the
there.
side.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought
so
it was
that
real too.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, what? I was like, how do I get a hold of these guys? You know, I was like, I don't want to email because y'all are so busy. And then I saw y'all's number. And I was like, oh, okay, let me call. Let me see if there's, he's still awake.
Yeah.
But, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then that's not real then.
No.
Hell, you know what? I wouldn't put it past that dude. Because he doesn't want y'all in the neighborhood, period. From what I've seen on videos and stuff.
Are you?
But this is crazy. I mean, if it was San Antonio, believe me, Nancy would have already been found.
He's talking about
and within the 24 hours, 48 hours. This is crazy on what's going on.
Isn't it? I mean, it makes no sense, right? I mean, nothing does.
It doesn't make no sense. And I was like, oh, my God, because we know the sheriff down here. And I was calling. I was like, can't y'all go over there? Can't y'all get some in or something, go over there? Because this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I just want to get in the car and go up there and go find her myself. I mean, my mom passed. No, I was trying to get, because I have a cousin that she's a medium. And she's like to the T. And she was just like, I don't think she is in Tucson anymore. She goes, I honestly feel it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we were trying to figure out, okay, the states around Arizona, okay, Texas, she could be here. Who knows,
Yeah.
El Paso area. And I'm just like, God bless it, man. I was like, this is just getting ridiculous. And poor Jim has practically, and all in all, practically already swept over freaking Tucson.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is crazy.
That's the reason why I'm not really big on searching, because I'm someone who doesn't really believe that she's anywhere. I don't even think she's in Tucson anymore, to be honest with you. I mean, not. I mean,
I don't.
I don't know.
She's around the closest area, California, Colorado, Texas. I don't know, for some reason I feel that she is in the borderline of what is
Mexico.
it? The Cruces, Mexico,
Yeah.
and Texas for some reason, because they had a 9-hour window if the timeline is right.
Yeah.
If the timeline is right.
Are you watching the stream right now?
Well, I got off of it because I'm on my phone. I'm watching TV and I have the phone on.
Okay, so when we get off, take a quick look at the. You can kind of go back into our call, and I put a picture up there of the house up the way there on the hill. I was at Nancy's earlier, and Juanita came by and pointed out that it could have been the Bobcat truck that is in that yard up. It's right up the hill, right where we sit. The rocks.
Oh yeah, aren't they renovating that house up there or building that house or whatever?
I don't
or
think
people do live in it.
They live there. I don't think they're there all the time, but I think that somebody's living in that house. I mean, they've been there the last week. This entire week, that we've been there. I don't know if they're back living there or they.
Yeah, because my
there,
husband's a truck driver down here, and he knows a lot of drivers that are independent. So I'm just wondering if that's an independent truck that's there, because they're allowed to park on their property.
Yeah, I don't know. We've been seeing a Camry, a Toyota Camry up there. They've been back and forth. They've been there all day from what I've seen when I've been there. I don't know if they're living there right now,
since
though.
last week, right?
Yeah, they're building a pool in the back, I believe.
Okay, and then they're using the independent person with that truck to take all the stuff out. Well, you never know. It could be too.
Yeah, so.
I mean, that's the only logical thing. If they're building a pool, they're getting the rocks and stuff out of the backyard, and that's what they're putting it in.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's hard to say.
So did they make that lady take down that trail camera after all?
Yeah, it was kind of my fault because I kept showing it on stream, and I guess someone ended up telling or calling it in. So, yeah, it's been gone for a while now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Would have been nice if we still had it, though.
One up?
I mean, if they did, they would have to do it pretty secretively. I mean, you couldn't just. I mean, I wouldn't test it, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody ends up doing that. Somebody said that they could put a flower pot camera down somewhere. That'd probably be a good idea. But I don't think I would take the chance.
Yeah, you could put something out there, even a little,
Amy, thanks for subscribing, by the way. Much love.
They put little cameras and stuff in figurines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be done. I mean, but if the cops ain't saying anything about them doing it, the cops ain't saying crap at all.
Not that we know of, at least.
Shit. I don't know. This is just way too much. And I'm just I've been on it since day one and seeing everybody, going and stuff. JLR, he's already gone?
They'll be gone in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because he wasn't up doing nothing today.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back after their Vegas trip or he's going to go back home. But, yeah, from what they're all going to Vegas. So I don't know what happens after that.
Oh, for that crime con or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is just crazy. Poor lady. I mean, I feel for, Savannah, but the way I tell everybody, the way I feel and everything, because I'm, I could see things in the, future and stuff and in the past,
Yeah.
when it all boils down to it, it's going to come back to Tomato Head.
It's possible,
Annie.
yeah. Yeah. I never look past them. I just can't. Right now, I can't. Unfortunately.
Because
but
isn't
I
it
don't know who
Tomato?
it is.
Isn't him and stupid Banana Head, Nanos? Aren't they gambling buddies?
That's what I've heard. I don't know for sure if they're really gambling buddies or not. No one can figure it out, so I don't know. Yeah, we just don't know yet. I mean, maybe in the future we'll figure that out for sure. But as of right now, I don't know.
I wonder
if
who
they're-
paid their taxes.
I don't know,
since
but
they don't work.
they are paid now. They were late, I think, on the last one, but from according to JLR, their taxes are paid.
Yeah, because I was just like, they were supposed to be paid May 1st. I know Nancy's got paid in April, didn't it?
I don't know when
out in April.
I'm not sure. I really don't know when it comes to the taxes, but I know that Annie and Tommaso's are paid.
Okay, well, I just wanted to, to call, but I didn't know that was fake. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
it's
sure
not
shit
real.
looked
It's
real.
not real, no. Yeah, I thought so initially too.
Yeah. Okay then. Well, you have a good morning whenever you go to sleep.
Yeah, it's coming soon. I appreciate you calling in. Much love. What's your name again?
Veronica.
Veronica, that's right. Well, Veronica, thank you so much for calling. And call anytime.
Okay.
I'll talk to you next time.
Oh, okay. You have a good morning.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Call from
Ricky?
To accept, press
Ooh,
1.
I didn't catch the
send
name. That was low. Mr. Juice.
Hey, Juice. This
Hey.
is Vicky from Hawaii.
Vicky. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm all right. Just on stream, chatting with everybody.
I was just calling because, like that lady before you was saying, this email thing is crazy. And I saw your number, and I kind of was like, wait, I don't get the end. There's 5 numbers. So I just tried this one, and I got lucky. Anyway, what I was calling for, like, a lot of people have been speaking on Cameron about staying at the casita,
Mm-hmm.
about this thing. Does anybody realize he owns a lot of property? And probably where they're at, like, he probably has a bed and breakfast place because he has property that he rents.
I've heard he has a condo out here. I don't know about like him owning, properties out here, but it's possible. I mean, it seems like he would have the money to do something like that, or he could have established this a long time ago. Yeah.
Because it was rented out at that time being, and maybe he might have been staying there in the beginning.
Yeah.
But that's probably where they're at right now, I would think.
Hey.
Put away, like where they would be away at, since he's a protector.
Good point. That's possible. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so, everybody's saying, like, oh, he was staying at the casita, and I was thinking, why would he be staying at the casita when he owns property? Because Delphine had it on her live where he has placed there up in somewhere close to where his mom lives, where Nancy lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I seen it on her live. And normally she's not the kind of type to put out rumors. She vets her information, and she's good with that. That one that does the live,
Wait, who is this you're talking about?
Daphne Files, the one that goes
Oh,
on with
yeah. A lot of people have been mentioning her name lately. Yeah, shouts to Daphne
does a
Files.
lot
Yeah,
of
she's been doing great.
She does rapping, and with her, it's kind of not like, you know how these other people get AIs and all these like rumors they heard from this stream or that stream. With her, I kind of trust her because she kind of vets her things
Yeah.
and puts it out. It's not like she's known for rumor and just spread rumor. Especially if she's with a liable, like with Justin, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think
But
she was just live with him the other day, right? I think if that's
Yeah.
yeah.
a lot, you know, once in a while. But
Yeah.
I was just wondering how much people talk about him being at the casita, and I'm like, why would he be at the casita if he owns property, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he was there. I don't think he was in the casita, but I think there's a possibility that Cameron was there on February 1st. Not there at Nancy's, but I
Well,
think
yeah.
he could have been already
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And I'm kind of having a feeling that maybe something happened to her before all this thing came out, really. Because the timeline is just so bad. It's kind of leaving a lot of questions. Even like with that, you know, like they say she has that smart garage thing, I was thinking. So they only seen it go open once and close at, you know, open once and close at 2 minutes after. I was wondering, just not conspiracy, but in my opinion, as like maybe he drove her home, or maybe something happened at the dinner. Something happened at their house, A&T's house, and she never made it home. He was the one who came home, went in the garage, and did whatever needed to be done. Opened the back doors because he would have to be going in and out, in and out, in and out. And usually those things have those latches, right? When you have those alarms, they usually, if the door keep on opening, it says door open. You know, like how the alarms always warn you when a door is open.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why whoever did that with the doors put it open so that going in and out wouldn't keep on making that alarm notice, you know, of the door being open.
So you think there's a chance that that she didn't make it home that night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of my conspiracies.
So you
And
think
I'm
that
wondering-
blood was probably staged? You think they put the blood there?
Yeah, especially with his history. Hate to think it's him or anybody, and especially with this last other one that I've been watching, they're even going to the point where they're saying, Savannah, where's that ring and where's that bracelet? There was a live I watched on that where she showed the bracelet that's on Savannah's hand and on the perp hand and the ring, the little signature ring.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about that one because I don't follow that person very much, and you know, that's probably another opinion or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate to think it's a family. I just hope it's just some random person who targeted her, you know?
Yeah. But it's hard to say. But
Yeah.
I think it has to be either the family or someone who knows the family. Yeah, I don't really seeing it being a
All
random
that
outsider.
information. And like I was saying, you know, I was thinking about, because I have that thing where the windows, you know, if you open the windows, the alarm goes off.
Yeah, I know what
where
you're saying.
there's that thing. So I was thinking, I wonder if her doors had that. And that's why they kept the doors open so all whatever going in and out toward that back, whatever was being done, they don't have to keep hearing that thing going off, you know, that alarm or that warning signal, whatever it was.
I'm gonna guess she didn't have that, but maybe.
Yeah. So I don't know. They never said. And then kind of hard not to point them because that's was the last I've seen them, and they don't even give the clothing. You know, all missing persons. Every missing person I've ever watched, they give the description of what they were last wearing, or what they were
Yeah.
wearing.
Yeah.
And the only case they never did that until Savannah came out and said was in her pajamas. But prior to it all, there was never a description of what she wore.
And why would Savannah know what she was wearing? I don't see how she would really know that.
And I don't know. Sometimes I look at that thing was kind of look the way she was doing that program. It kind of just stand up my hair like kind of was all in acting. I was hope not, because she looked, but then it kind of was a little bit over the top.
Say that one more time.
Over the top, to like the acting, like kind of like, I don't know, it didn't feel real,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it was about the rating. That's where I kind of listened to that lady, because it was more about her rating, and it would explain it, because with all that resources, why didn't they come out, that NBC or whatever that they're with? They only did it for these things to keep people watching, and that's when their program went up, right, with the watching, the viewing,
Yeah.
And that's why it was like, is this all just word about her job and the viewing, or because the streamers are taking over, because that's the new generation, because we all want to know what's going on, and we want to see with our eyes, not what media makes up.
Yeah,
Media,
ain't that the truth?
Yeah, a lot of media has never given the truth. With streamers, you're right there. They're not making up anything. You're looking at it with your own eyes.
Ain't that the truth? Good point. Good point. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, because there are a lot of people, putting stuff on YouTube as well that isn't true, that are like AI and stuff like that. So you got to be, you definitely got to be careful what you watch. And then
that's why I limit mine, and then I look at it. Some of them I don't even watch, because you listen to the way the person is talking. You can see their mouth is not matching the words.
Yep.
So it's all like fake.
Watch out for Facebook too. Facebook's a really big one that has a lot of misinformation on there.
Yeah, that's why a lot of them I don't just jump to it. I use my own common sense and try to just stick with the people that's liable. I used to watch JLR, and then I quit watching him when he did the Sebastian case, because he went down on the father of Sebastian, and that's the only person that's hunting for his child. And I stopped watching JLL. I didn't start watching JLL until this case came back up, and appreciated his live, his streaming. But
hey, that's the man right there, though. Why did you stop watching him? You said.
When he did the Sebastian case, because he went after the father, because the father declined the Sebastian Rogers. I don't know if you ever heard of that case.
No.
That case, that JLR was hanging around with all the people that was bashing the boy's dad, and the dad till this day is the only one that's fighting to locate his son, and he's the only one had a legitimate alibi. He's a correctional officer. He was in the jail working when the boy went missing. He's the only one has the light, on camera and everything, the alibi that could be proven that he was there. Then they was making all these stories like that, he would take a break or this and that,
Yeah.
But it came out that he was telling the truth, everything, and people still wasn't believing. Like how YouTubers get the bad people. They only want to make money off of clicks and views, make big stars and whatever. And at one point, JLO was I think JLR got mad with the dad because the dad didn't want nothing to do with JLR. He didn't want JLR doing his son's case because of the people he was associated with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, here's a man because he kind of, after the Sebastian case, I noticed this Nancy case, he's kind of different. He kind of came out. He don't hang with those people that was all bad. They all got the channels all shut down now. The channels all shut down now because they were horrible, and that's why I stopped watching. But with the Nancy case, I watch him all the time. I look for him because he's done, gotten my trust back.
Oh, well, that's a good thing, though. Well, people change over time, too, and people go through a lot and have things going on.
I don't like that he was attacking and when everybody already knew it was the mom and the stepdad and the family that was the bad ones, and it was kind of seemed like he was on their side, and it was like, oh, bruh, you just done lost my viewership because how are you gonna bash a dad of a missing?
Well, he could have been trying to get answers too. I think he could have been trying to dig up something. I don't know. You never know.
I don't know. For a while there, he seemed like he went with the bad side. He kind of got on that from the way it looked like. But I think it was because the woman he was with is the one that was heavily on that side with all those creators that got shut their kind shut down.
Yeah.
And there was all the ones bashing the father and stuff like that. When you do that, you kind of lose. I kind of lose interest in that people because the ultimate thing is to help the family. You know what I mean? Especially the mom, the dad, if they're innocent. But if you find that there's sketchy with them, then that's when you start using your common sense.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's gained your trust back, though. I mean, that's what's important, and I think he's a good guy.
He's doing good. Yeah,
he's a great guy. I think that's part of streaming too. I think sometimes we're gonna make some people mad, and unfortunately, sometimes that we may lose them for a little bit. But
but he's doing. I think he's done a very good job on the Nancy case. So that's why I said he's kind of revamped my want to watch him. But about Alex, because he's so out there. He'll tell them straight, and people don't like that, and he becomes a target.
Yeah, he's awesome. He knows what he's doing. He's all right. You gotta love Alex because he's like he's like a skating on thin ice type of guy, but he's really not because he knows when to stop. He knows his limitations and stuff. And I think we need somebody around that's pushy.
Yeah. But you're good and cute. I saw your kids for the first time. They're so cute, adorable, and respectful. They're so sweet. I really admire your girl because you got a winner there, brother. You got to keep her because she's doing the mom, the dad, and wife,
Yeah. No,
and
I
she's
agree.
very supportive, But you're doing good, too, so keep it up. And like I said, that was just my kind of I was just wondering why everybody doesn't even seem that anybody realized or knows that, maybe Cameron has that other places and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll look into it. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I appreciate you with the love and support, and you supporting all of us too.
You need that live that Delphine do. I can send it to this number that track. I think it's around 4:30 where she explains where his locations are. If you need it, yeah.
Okay. Are you talking about the houses that went up for sale, or
no? What
or
Cameron City are? Where Cameron?
Oh yeah. Feel free to send me that. You can send it to this number too. Yeah, I'd be glad to look into that.
She has a whole bunch of stuff on there, but I think it's about around the 430 mark, the 430 there, where she speaks about him, or before that, something like around there, right about there, the 430 mark. That but she does a good thing with the mapping. She maps all the houses in there also.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the empty houses, the abandoned houses, all the ones that are close to where they're located. She's good with that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, she's been doing great. She has. I've been enjoying her. So I mean, I haven't watched that one yet, but I would definitely watch that. If you send me the link, I'll look into it.
Did you have any cookies left to take back to your kids? Probably not, right? JLR took your lemon cookie.
Yeah, he did. He owes me a lemon cookie too.
He left you the chocolate.
He was not. I know the worst part about. I don't even like chocolate like
you
that.
don't like chocolate,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, he owes me a cookie for sure. I forgot. You know what? I gotta tell him that. He was not supposed to take that cookie. We all had our own cookies that we chose. How dare him?
That's your secret.
Man, don't even remind me right now.
I hope they enjoy themselves. Too bad you couldn't go with them.
I know. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Well, it's good. Hey, maybe you guys should rent one of those right up the road that since they always getting renting hotels, maybe secretly you guys all shouldn't have put it online that you guys can rent one of those bed and breakfasts right up the road.
The what? The
Guess house cars. There's like bed and breakfast, the bed and breakfasts up there on that street. JLR had showed one of them.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not familiar with those. No.
Yeah, there's some bed and breakfast rentals out there in that area.
Interesting. I ain't even heard of that.
Yeah. The JLR was walking down the street one day and he was talking about it.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
pointing one was, yeah.
Okay.
And it was right up the road from Nancy.
I didn't know. I had no idea. That's crazy.
You know, they all rent in hotels. They all might as well, or maybe they all just want their own space. Get rooms,
Yeah,
you know?
probably so.
Their own rooms, yeah. But if you're going to pay a big hotel bill, you might as well get a bed and breakfast where you don't have to park your car far and walk in.
Yeah, yeah.
But they need to do something about that. Somebody needs to do something about that.
It's a good walk, that's for sure.
Everybody's getting there, you know?
Yeah.
Like that thing, trying to blame you guys for something. They're trying to get you guys for something.
Yeah.
Crazy. Where is this, that what is that HO, whatever that association in there? How they
HOA?
like that? Yeah. How they like that dumped on the road? Where are they now?
Good question. Good question.
You know?
I have no idea.
They're complaining about a Hope Memorial, which is lovely, it's pretty. They go over there, they were cleaning it up also. Why are they not cleaning up all that dump that was there and find out who did it? Because they probably are part of the ones behind it with that grumpy old lady up there.
Yeah, the longer they leave it, the longer we're probably the more we're gonna start to think that they have something to do, something to do with it. I hate to throw them under the bus, and I'm not trying to, but I think, they should be aware of what's going on by now. I mean, if they're aware that we're there, they should be aware of something bad happening in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you see about the mice? You remember when JNR and those voices for the missing?
Yeah.
Went on the trip and the sheriff was digging with the shovel.
Mm-hmm.
He explained when you get all that cactuses like that or the dead cactuses that fall to the ground, the mice all get to that and they build a nest. So I was looking at that and I said, oh my God, they're going to see a lot more mice
Oh my
there.
goodness.
So that's the cactuses when they die. That's what the mice is all like. They use that to build a nest.
You're right, because they already are, and I realized that today because he was nibbling. Yeah, it seems like it. He was nibbling on the cactus. They already had a piece of the cactus over there. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So I seen that when the sheriff was explaining to JLR and the voices of the missing. What
Godly.
probably just a mice nest. I forget what he called it. Some kind of mice nest about the cactus. They like to eat the cactus, wait till the cactus dies, and that usually happens when the cactus falls to the ground.
Oh,
That's when they put it there. And I seen that and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna get a lot of mice. You are gonna be jumping and
Oh,
whatnot.
my God. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, so just beware. Get your mice salad.
Oh, that's terrible.
Get baking soda and spread it all out there.
Well, chat, you guys won't see me at Nancy's for a whole week. They're going to have to probably do something with that cactus or something. I'm going to have to move it.
Someone would have ate that. No, they're waiting for you guys to touch it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The
man.
cactus want you guys to get pricked and all that stuff, and they're probably going to stop blaming you guys or wait till you guys get you guys fingerprints on it. Wear gloves. Get you
That's
guys
terrible.
fingerprints, blame you guys, you know?
Now, the mice out there are having a party right now. Yeah, exactly, Connor.
Everybody should be doing it. It should be that all the good residents over there, neighborhood should complain, you know? Because
Yeah,
they
they
all got to
should.
pay.
That's terrible.
Okay. It's nice talking to you.
Well, you too.
Reach out to
Hey,
or anything.
anytime. I'm only one call away, and I appreciate you calling. And what was your name again? Give me your name one more time so I can try to remember.
Vicky.
You said Kiki?
Vicky.
Vicky, that's right. Okay, I try to. I'm so bad remembering names sometimes. Sometimes I'm good about it. Sometimes I'm not. Well, Vicky, thanks so much for calling in. It was nice talking with you, and we'll talk soon again.
Okay, well, we just got to pray to the Lord that, you know, we find her, bring her home, and find justice.
Yeah.
And if we can't get her, like they say, the crematory or whatever, sad. But, you know, find justice for her.
Yeah.
I believe in the eye. They'll find them.
We won't stop till we do. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Take care, and God bless. You have a blessed night, sweetie.
You too. God bless, Vicky. Much love.
You too. Bye-bye.
South Vicky calling in, guys. Man, it's 3:17 a.m. in the morning. Woo! It's about that time on the dotted line to call it a night here. I got to show you guys this real quick, though, before I go. Sleuth Intuition, I brought up the...
hold on.
I pointed this out earlier, the writing, the similarities to the writing with Richard Nolette. Richard Nolette, he thinks that, well, I don't know if he for sure thinks, but I think he has some suspicions on whether or not Richard Nolette wrote those yellow signs because the writing is so similar. So I'm going to point this out real quick.
Remember Dad's Gone Live? Found these signs here posted up. And that old truck was seen near these signs, right? They suspected that's who put it up. And then later in the day, Dad's Gone Live was going live saying, oh, well, the porch guy's watching. He must be at home watching. Where are you, porch guy? And then 1 minute later, here comes that white truck out of the shadows, out of nowhere, just driving by. Now, when I went to go search Rose Canyon Lake and I left, I saw that same truck, very similar, with a camper on it and somebody who looked identical to Richard Nolette sitting in the driver's seat.
Deb, good night. Good to see you. Sleep good.
And now with this comparison here and the handwriting, which looks a lot like what we're seeing here, the E's match, the C's match, and the S's match. Crazy. Well, we have a super chat. Wow, Laura, thank you. If Nancy had an emergency medical alert necklace with a GPS and fall detection, we would know her whereabouts right now. Wonder why the family did not invest in this crucial device just to be safe out there. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. That was very generous of you.
upon another individual that they can do seems to give them great pleasure
It's
and
kind
joy.
of creepy.
So once again, the demon that
Live saying, "Oh well,
So I just figured I'd bring that to you guys' attention. It's kind of weird. It was kind of interesting that he shared that with us because the R, he pointed out the R's. The R's look like fives. It looks like they're fives, and they're super similar. So I figured I'd share that with you guys. See what you guys think about it. And I don't know if you can see it, but here, let me zoom in real quick so you can kind of see what I'm talking about here because it might be difficult for some of you guys to see. And I'll put the arrow on one of them. I guess we don't need to zoom in, but I'll put the arrow on one of them. See if the screen is actually moved over enough here. So I'll move the screen over just real quick here and point out the 5 here with this arrow, or the S in other words, because it's kind of hiding just a little bit, so it's okay if you can't see it all. Actually, we'll do this. So you see this 5 right here, or it's actually an S. It's not a 5. It's actually an S. So if you notice, see if we can make this a little bit bigger. Nah, we'll leave it there, and then I'll try to zoom in a bit for you on this particular screen here. And we'll move it over. We'll zoom in more and move it over. Actually, let's go a little bit bigger than that. And nope, let's go a little bit bigger. So if you notice this particular, right on my arrow there, that S looks like a 5. So this is his writing. You notice in the writings here, pretty small, but look at all the S's. All these S's here look identical to the sign S's. Super weird. Super weird. Even the A's look similar. All of the letters look similar. It looks like it's a big possibility that writing could very much so be Richard Nolet's. Never know nowadays. You just never know. Never know. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys all for sticking here with me, hanging out here with me, being a part of my stream, supporting the channel. I truly appreciate everybody's company tonight. I truly do. It's been awesome. Much love to those of you guys tuning in here with me tonight. I want to wish you guys all a great morning or a great night for whatever time it is for you guys out there. Thought I seen something. Anyways, I want to wish you guys a good night, a very good morning. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. If I don't catch you guys tomorrow, I'll see you guys Saturday at Nancy's. Much love. Big salutes to those of you guys tuning in with me tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of y'all night. Much love, guys. I'll see y'all in the next one, guys. It's your boy, the Juice. Until next time, folks. I'll see y'all in the next one.